आराम से छिड़ा किए गए जीवे पुणी दिया से पड़ सकते इधर टाड़ी से पकड़ थे जो इटा को नहीं से बॉक्स पैक रखते हो इटा जोरी से तो नहीं होगा धीरे धीरे देखिए पूरी पूरी कितने दूर है ये बड़ा बटन जो से
Hello, hello, hello.
Very blissful morning to the assembly of distinguished guests, worthy members, most prized delegates, and valued audience. Overwhelming elation sweeps us when we have gathered today to acknowledge the most talented pool of our professionals who have contributed to the field of rehabilitation by giving the insight of knowledge in their specific field. Before moving forward to the event authority, we would like to celebrate 75th Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, pre-celebration of Independence Day. So let's all join together and recite the national anthem. I would request everyone to get up for the national anthem.
गणनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, everyone. So it's time to acknowledge the contribution of all members who have so significantly contributed to the development of field of rehabilitation. To acknowledge the efforts of all, we are here for the event Authority Award 2022. Today, we are indeed honored to have an inspirational personality, Mr. Stephen Pinto, renowned finance analyst, with us as a guest of honor. I extend a hearty welcome to our guest of honor, Mr. Stephen Pinto. I would request everyone to give a huge round of applause. Sir, we are indeed honored by your kind gesture of consenting to be the guest of honor. Further, we have with us Mr. Radhesham Mahapatra, Director, Human Resource and Development, NALCO, with us as our chief guest. I extend a hearty welcome to Chief Guest Mr. Radhesham Mahapatra. forward with the authority event, we would request all the dignitaries to come forward for the lighting of lamp and request our students to chant the sloka.
Shivam Jyoti Param Jyoti Deepa Jyoti Janardana Deepo Haratu Me Papam Deepa Jyoti Namostute Shubham Karatu Kalyanam Arogya Sukha Sampada Dvesha Buddhi Vinashaya Atma Jyoti Namostute Atma Jyoti Pradiptaya Brahma Jyoti Namostute Brahma Jyoti Pradiptaya Guru Jyoti Namostute Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
To start our event, we will invite our founder, Professor Satya Mahapatra, to escort the dignitaries on dais. So please do accept the bouquet. Professor Satya Mahapatra has been acting as a catalyst in all events, and this event authority is his brainchild, where he had a view to acknowledge Indian authors who have contributed to the field of rehabilitation sciences. So I request sir to come forward and give the welcome address.
Namaskar. Good morning to everybody. Our dignitaries, our guest of honor, Mr. Stephen Pinto, and chief guest of this occasion, Radhasham Mahapathya. I acknowledge the presence of very important people in the field of rehabilitation science in this August House. And my children. Well, India is a young country. India is hope for the world. We, till now, have been just adopting, copying, and assuming that whatever the white man in America or Europe does, We have to just accept it. That is the final. Slowly the realization dawned upon us that not necessary. We represent 20% of the global population and 20% who do not have any contribution, who do not have anything in their background. That is not true. For some time we had fallen asleep. In fact, much of the human civilization, much of the technological development, whether it is literature, whether it's architecture, whether it is rehabilitation, whether it is what not had happened from the Vedic days. Vishpala. Vishpala is a character in Veda where this lady is a warrior who lost a leg and she was fitted with an artificial leg and she went on fighting and winning the wars. So India did have people to rectify or respond to disability. And we did respect also people with disability. Before the West woke up to the concepts like integration of people with disability in the social mainstream, we had Astavakra talking about highest levels of intellectual the knowledge, the intelligence, the cognitive buoyancy. It is way beyond description. So, are we doing a favor to the people with disability by saying, okay, we accept you? Sorry, no. We have a personal stake in everything. Unless that is there, we tend to ignore. If you say we have some activity or some agenda, it will more powerful. God forbid, you should not have anything to gain from this. But if you think you should gain rehabilitation services, that's it. God forbid that you ever become disabled and whoever require disability rehabilitation services. But then no one of us is immune to the possibility. Aging itself makes otherwise fit and able person dependent. Neurodegenerative disorders are becoming so rampant these days that Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, and a variety of confusing diagnostic levels are making life miserable, and the death is pathetic. We are not prepared as a society how to deal with the geriatric people after their retirement. Their own house is also not suitable for them. They are not prepared to change, modify, augment the life and the style, the function of the people so they can perform well. The society, the house, most of the establishments, whether it's education or administration, wherever you go, are they disabled friendly? Far from it. Far from it. So who should raise the voice? It's the intellectuals. Intellectuals who should raise the voice, but the chaos only attracts attention. When you have a disruptive agenda, when you say Jindabad, Murdabad, Chakka Band, Bharat Band, then you have a crowd. There won't ever be a crowd of intellectuals. The intellectuals are very few. They are often the solitary reapers. They are one ekla chalore. And intellectuals, when they come together, they argue with each other. They differ from each other. Well, that is a healthy and a welcome concept. We should not agree with each other. Then only we can innovate. Something original can come out. And when you think of innovation, it is so cerebral, so challenging, so difficult, so hard work is required. It's not a cup of tea for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Well, not everybody can dare to innovate. Not everybody can dare to script new ideas. But then, amongst us, there are wonderful people. They are wonderful possibilities for the human society. They are wonderful possibilities for the future of our profession. What happens in our therapeutics when the smallest progress is made as therapists, we backpatch. Yes, yes, very well done, very well done. But for the intellectuals, their hard work of writing a book and further efforts and money to publish the book, and then even distribution of the book is so difficult, so unrewarding that they give up. They become fed up. They say, oh, enough. I have written one book, it's enough for lifetime. Because the entire ecosystem is not reinforcing, rewarding the good work, the achievement, or the contribution made by such intellectuals. We try to initiate, make a small efforts, a small initiative to bring such people who are all original, unique in their way. They are able to do research, write or publish articles, or further compile information and put their original imprint of uniqueness, publish books. I know there aren't many, very few people, but those few people should be on the center stage. We should listen to them. We should talk about them. We should help them. We should spread whatever work they have done in our professional fraternity, among the educational establishments, and not just complain. Oh, Odisha, nothing can happen. Oh, India, nothing can happen. All these people, they don't care. All these people are doing their work from that place. And build hope for the people who are otherwise branded as handicapped, disabled. And what was till now the concept of charity is Andhata Bhikad, Chotata Bhikad will come who have to be acknowledged for their ability, for their perseverance, and their determination to make a publication of their books or their research articles or their chapters they have contributed to the books. Well, amongst us, there are wonderful people, for sure. And you tend to ignore such people. Some of you are our own alumni at Institute of Health Sciences. You do not expect them to do something marvelous, something unique, something wonderful. Why not? Many times people do not expect from themselves that I can do something original, that I can change the future course of our profession. There is a seasonal stress she was given a task to write a book on autoimmune inner ear deafness. Autoimmune inner ear disorders. Is there any book in the library? Sorry, no. Where do I get the information? Well, some bits and pieces, it's not available. She dared to write the books because of a stupid teacher like me who pushed her to make it. She was time and again giving up. Sorry, I can't do it anymore. It's not possible, not possible. But has done it. Well, even Rao sir is there. Rao sir thought, okay, I have lived my life nicely. I'm a well-respected teacher, and I have lived enough. It's done. I said nothing. It's not done. You have something, a unique experience. You have some unique ways of dealing with patients. How can it be lost? How can it go to the grave with you? It has to outlive you. Your technology, your ideas, your modus operandi should outlive you. Well, Rao is on his way to publish his next book. I was hoping that this platform would have posted that Rao has finally done it, but he will do it. Is on the way. Audiology, Rehabilitation Council of India has a syllabus, nicely drafted syllabus, and all the recommended textbooks are written by Americans, Australians, or Britishers. I said, what the hell? We Indians, we would like to be little pampered and some handholding so that somebody makes it easy for us to learn. I asked some gentleman, please write a book on audiology that caters to the entire syllabus of bachelor's degree in audiology. He said, you asking me? You should tell some professors in All India Institute or National Institute. I said, they are busy working out their retirement. How much money I'll get in retirement, or how many leaves I have to pass time. They are not interested in contributing to the needs of the profession or the society. Well, this gentleman, Sudhir Suri, he finally drafted the book Fundamentals of Audiology. And trust me, the students who read it or the professionals who read it, they said it's a marvelous one. It couldn't have been any better. Many times, you know it, when you read that textbook and you are confused, your friend says, oh, this is this, very easily. Your friend, your classmate is explaining you, and you understand it. Yeah, I have understood it. Sudhir Suri has drafted the book in such a way that anybody can very easily understand the most difficult concepts of audiology. He has done it. Unfortunately, he is not with us. There was a road accident. He was trapped in the road accident and missed the train. Well, Sudhir Suri is not the only one who missed this event. Somebody is grieving because of a death in the family recently. Somebody became sick and couldn't come. So there are many reasons why many such important people have missed this event today. We should be prepared for that unforeseen circumstances. But what I'm saying is, whoever is here has done something wonderful. We do have somebody who's completely dedicated to voice and swallowing disorders, and has made a mark for himself and for the profession. We are proud of him, Dr. Rajinikanth Pradhan. We are proud of Swarup Mishra, who has again taken a very small domain of balance disorders and has gone ahead, daring to not just provide clinical services, the diagnostic and rehabilitation services, but daring to even script the ideas and contribute to a book. So the youth over here is that of hope for the future. Premanand Mishra, we know each other for quite some time. I never knew that the struggle that he has to face at the workplace, that is struggling for his own existence, that he's struggling for that organization to survive in spite of all that mess, he could find time to write books, publish not one, two, dozens. Oh my God, overwhelming. Dr. Premanand Mishra is mind-blowing, mind-blowing performance. Dozens of books he has written. Great. We are really proud, really thankful to you that you are continuing. Well, people like you are kind of a role model. When things go bad, when no recognition is there, that you are edged out, cornered, you think you should give up. You should give up. But when people like you are there, you instill that understanding that if I am a capable person, if I am an intellectual, if I am able to conceive ideas and prepare books, well, that is you. You are not the giver. You are a giver up. You give up. You are not the loser. You are not the person who can call quits. So if you don't quit, you will inspire many other people to continue. Yes, as intellectuals, what you are capable of should be shaped, further, honed, refined, and you should become a better person. And how you become a better person is through your contribution, not through your consumption. You can never talk about your consumption. Those who are, say, employed, can you boast about, do you know I earn 50K a month or 100K or 200K a month? Do you show your pay slips on the roadside? No. Obviously, no. People will laugh at you. Your consumption, how much money you consume is a matter of confidential. You should keep mum about your consumption. Your contribution, you should be loud enough, make enough noise. Look, I have published a research article. Look, I have published a book. Look, I have innovated a new protocol or technology solutions. Should you make noise? Enough noise. You should take the center stage and make enough noise so everybody will listen to you and learn from you. So your contribution creates your identity, not your consumption. So your contribution should never stop. It can begin, it should not ever stop. And as you can keep contributing, you will be a better person, a more capable person, a more refined person. And that is the profile you are building up. Dr. Swami, he came very politely, very decent person, and I thought, okay, he's just one of them. But later realized he's not just one of the crowd, he's one of the marvelous person. So all those great people, as we know, Namanti Palino Vriksha, he is the cool, polite gentleman, and coolly he is building up his own strength and skill, competency, and his academics and his contribution to vestibular rehabilitation is something we should all applaud. Dr. Well, there are several people. Ganesh Saptati, he is also one person who has contributed to the mobility of the visually handicapped people. There are small contributions, there are big contributions, there are marvelous or the mega or multiple contributions, but whatever be your contribution, it deserves the synthesis. It deserves the applause. And this event, as we named it sometime back, authors of any book. We are not writing fiction. Any crazy, any stupid, any bizarre idea can be a fiction. Sorry. When you are writing a professional textbook, it's not any fanciful ideas or any imaginary ideas. You have to do so much of hard work, so much of painstaking efforts you have to take, and you will have to face a lot of grilling, questioning. How could you write this? This is not something right. So people will disagree with you when you write books. Well, you have been doing all that. So when you do it, you are an authority. You are not just an author. You are becoming an authority. So that's how we name the event, authority. It should continue. It should not begin and end in a small gathering of today that we came together. It's an intention that people who are doing such things should be helping each other, create a network. So you help each other, and maybe together you create books or help each other in publishing the books or help each other in collecting information. There are many ways when we come together as a Sangham Saranam Gachama. When we unite as a Sangha, then a lot of good things are possibility. Nihar is here. As a student, we tend to write notes. He's a good boy, good student, kept on writing notes. And COVID made it very difficult for people. A lot of people had a lot of spare time. And the spare time makes you wonder whether I will live tomorrow or not. COVID made people go crazy like that. Can I survive? What will happen to me? What will happen to my family? What will happen to my business or enterprise? And there are some crazy people. Oh, this is wonderful time. There is no other distractions. So he used the abundant free time, spare time to write one after another. Now I have lost count of the number of books he has already written or already published. The young genius, we should always expect such people to lead the way. Well, Priyadarshini. This is her event. She is anchoring and taking the lead. Well, IHS wanted its faculties to not just look at the month and salary slips, because we are not a very good paymasters. So we pay meager amounts, not up to their level of satisfaction or expectation also. Well, what she should look at is her own contribution, not consumption. We would have highly disappointed all our employees if everyone looked at only at their pay slip. But then there are few people who don't look at their consumption, they contribute. One after another, books Priyadarshini has already published and made us feel proud of her. We have with us Shirley, madam. She crossed the entire length of the country to come over here. Madam, coming from Kerala, I believe Odisha look little familiar to you. Same kind of coconut trees and laterite stone structures and lot of rain. I'm grateful to you for the books you have authored, published, and enriched the profession of rehabilitation sciences. So when we come together in an event like this, we have all the possibilities of making mistakes. There are some loose ends. There are some things that you expect. It should have happened. Well, Institute of Health Science started in a small way. 95, the Margadarshi organization established for clinical services. Later on, started manpower development in 99. Over this 23 years, slowly it has inched forward without looking at the government for grants and support, because Odisha is a different thing. And disability rehabilitation field itself is very difficult. There isn't enough money for rehabilitation field. Even the Ministry of Social Justice, Government of India, has not allotted enough funds that it deserves. So we didn't look at government for support. Whatever we are capable of, the little bit, we went on doing it. So there was an organic growth over the years from 99 to 22, where Institute of Health Science has become the one and only institute under Rehabilitation Council of India who have got the NAC accreditation. Out of 783, only IHS has got NAC accreditation. The research innovation today will be publishing 3 research journals: the Indian Journal of Communication Science, the Indian Journal of Physical Rehabilitation, and ISAM Journal, which is the Indian Journal of Cardiology. Not an easy task by any standard. The editors of ISAM Journal, Dr. Rajendra Ureka, is with us, traveled all the way from Hyderabad. Editor of Communication Science, Dr. Rajnikant Pradhan, and editor of Journal of Physical Rehabilitation, our own Professor Rao. This work of IHS is not easy, not small by any standard. Academic establishment continuously publishing research journals is not an easy task. The clinical services, which earlier I talking about curing autism, that also quality-wise is wonderful. It is dropping the diagnosis of autism and becoming completely normal. No features of, no trace of autism. That's possible. We are able to do it. But volume-wise also, more than 15,000 hours of therapy every month under one roof. That is also not a small thing by any standard. So that kind of quality and quantity wise, Institute of Health Science has grown. When you regret or you complain that, oh, government is not giving or some organization is not supporting, well, where there is a intention to strengthen, you create a challenge, right? Physiotherapy, when you want to strengthen a muscle, what you create? You add a load so that the strength, sir, Nanda sir is here. I'm sorry, we should greet Nanda sir. He has been also one senior professional and one of our guides as we try to build up the Institute of Health Sciences. The Institute of Health Sciences has slowly grown organically, stumbling at every step and getting up again. Over these years, it has come to a level where we are hosting national, international level events. Professionals from 8 different countries, starting from Japan, Singapore, New Zealand, UK, Denmark, USA, participated in the International Symposium on Audiological Medicine 2022. We created events of research, innovation, and entrepreneurship, the conclave. Such programs we have been conducting so that let the professionals come together, let there be hope that in spite of all the challenges, no sponsorship, even this event doesn't have a sponsorship, no commercial advertisement must see. In spite of all the challenges that we can do in our own small way. And when we keep going together, the future is definitely bright. The youngsters who are here, recognize your image. You draft your profile today for your future. That you will be one professor, you will be a director or chairman, you will be an author of a book, you will be a contributor to a research journal, you will be an innovator. So think big, look for a wonderful future for yourself, and in that lies hope for the suffering mankind. If you become successful in creating a new protocol, new technology, new solutions, the people who are suffering will get a chance to benefit from your ideas. Let us keep scripting new ideas for the rehabilitation sciences and the country as such. So let's unite in our resolve to keep contributing. If we can maintain this authority as a club, the authors were professionals. By the way, I rectify myself. When you are a consumer, you need to be certified. You cannot give a physiotherapy without a physiotherapy degree. You cannot treat hearing impaired people without a audiology degree. Can you write a book in audiology without an audiology degree? Yes, sir. One of the best professional who has contributed, who has enriched our profession of speech language pathology is Dr. Hegde. Dr. Hegde is not a speech pathologist or audiologist. He is just a psychologist. And earlier also, we have seen many important professionals like Van Riper. He was also a psychologist, not a speech pathologist. Van Riper's book is a Bible for all SLPs. So when you contribute, You don't need a certificate. When you want to consume, you want a job as a professor of audiology. Sorry, you have to have the PhD degree in audiology. But if you want to contribute for the development, no one can stop you. No certificate, no license, nothing can stop you. Please understand that. Only you will stop yourself. If you don't want, if you give up, if you feel depressed, if you feel dejected, if you feel you have failed, then you give up. Nothing can stop you. Nobody can stop you. Let us be determined, and whatever be the small group who agree with the idea of authority, let's keep going and keep inspiring each other as a club of professional authors under authority. So from Institute of Health Sciences and all the people part of this organization of this event, I welcome everybody, all the guests, and wish you a successful day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This event authority, the idea of authority will go a long way, driving in more potential authors, motivating authors, and we look forward to have more authors and more group of people joining us in the nearby years or next sessions. Thank you. I will request our guest of honor, Mr. Steven Pinto, sir, to share a few words.
Professor Mahapatra, our distinguished guests and authors, and ladies and gentlemen, I feel pretty humbled to be speaking at this occasion. And I say humbled because it's events like this that bring people down to earth. Like Professor Mahapatra said, a lot of us think we have conquered the world because we've traveled around, we've done different things in business, in industry, in banking, and whatever else. But the reality of what this institute and the whole subject of rehabilitation achieves hits you hardest when somebody close to you, somebody in your family is afflicted. There are some afflictions which are in passing, and there are some which are lasting. And those who are differently able, these days it's not considered a good idea to call people handicapped. They're only differently able. So those who are so disabled, whether it's for themselves or it's members of the family who have to cope with it, it's a huge challenge. And I think institutions like this and people like yours who are directly and indirectly involved in bringing about awareness of what this is all about are doing and making a huge contribution. You know, I have come in all the way from Bombay. I was not even aware of the existence of this institute until a few weeks ago. And Professor Mahapatra reached out. And last night when we were talking, and we began to discover that this place has been around for 23 years. My sense is an institution like this should have become an institution of national and perhaps international dimensions. You know, it should be, I don't know, how many magnitudes, how many times larger, how many times broader in the scope of its offering, and how many more lives of disabled people or differently abled people it can touch through generation of new knowledge and through clinical practice. I only hope looking forward that a vision can be created to raise the bar for this institution and help it undertake this journey with much greater dedication and force. That is my wish. And I compliment Professor Mahapatra and the rest of his team to what they have done in this week. You know, it's not directly linked to some 14 years ago. We were getting ready to celebrate the wedding of our second child, my daughter, who incidentally lives only 60 miles away from where Professor Mahapatra's daughter lives in the United States. And while we were all in the midst of getting ready for this event, we suddenly got a call from the United States to say that our older child, our son, who was only 35 years old then, had been diagnosed with a third-degree cancer. Now it's not a disability, but as we know, cancer is one of those disastrous, devastating ailments, and it consumes as many people as they survive. And I know the feeling that we went through as parents while he fought this battle, and it was quite a battle to fight for a period of 1 year. At the end of 1 year, he did recover, and 14 years later, he still lives to tell the tale, and he's still a very successful corporate person today. The reason why I bring this up is, as Professor Mahapatra says, we have been able to cure autism. Now, for most people who have a child who's autistic and have to deal with the whole problem of autism, it is a huge challenge. It's a challenge that you wake up to and you go to bed with every day. And if an institution like this can make such claims and achieve this, I'd like to say this flower should bloom. It should become a very large tree. It should become a very large banyan tree, and its roots should spread in different directions. That is my hope. That is my prayer. And on this day, on the eve of our 75th year of independence, I really wish for the Institute many, many more successes. And may your pride increase many people. Congratulations. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir, for such great words. Now I will request our chief guest, Mr. Radhesham Mahapatra, sir, to share a few words.
Deities on the dais, all the academicians, professionals, and Professor Mahapatra, people, and my dear learned colleagues. It is a great privilege for me as well, because you are already associated with this institute. I have never been associated, but as a part of the society, as a part of different activities in public sectors, I have been involved in many such activities throughout my 33 years service in various public sectors like NSPC, Engineers India, Coal India, now in NALCO. We have been indirectly helping the people for their rehabilitation, but directly you are involved, so it is a great job. I congratulate each one of you, whosoever is present here and not present, both, because of your human service to the society is surviving, and really you are helping those persons, those individuals who really need the help. Really, God has given you that strength, and the way the institute is functioning, I came to know. Really, I was astonished how the individual acumen as well as motivation has made this institute to survive and also to do lot of things in the field of health. I have no words to speak, but I wish that such institutes, such type of institutes must be helped morally, financially, and emotionally. Then only the way, the purpose with which the institute is working will be served. I bow my head before the institute, makers of the institute, and also the professionals who are associated, and the students who are the future artisans of this institute, that the way you are working for a cause will certainly go a long way, and whatsoever help we from outside can render, we must render, and we will. I wish that the purpose, the very purpose of this institute, to help the people who are really in trouble. They don't know what is the trouble, but they are in mentally, physically, economically, socially, they are in trouble. So we, as a conscious citizen of this country, we have to come forward, and whatsoever help as an organization, as an individual, both, we will contribute. I wish the organization to succeed in the purpose for which it has been running will be served in the near future. Thank God, and thank you, all of you, for the way you are working for this organization. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for such sweet words. Now we are going for the most awaited time of the day. We are heading towards honoring the authorities with award Authority 2022. Well said by Mr. Robot. Knowledge is power. Knowledge shared is power multiplied. I request our chief guest and guest of honor to give away award Authority 2022 to the Knowledge Hubs of Rehabilitation Sciences. To start with the award ceremony, I would like to call upon Mr. Ramkishore Sharma sir upon the dais to receive the award Authority 2022.
Professor Ramkishore Sharma, known to us as freelance training coach, motivational speaker, development consultant, disability rehabilitation professional, reservation policy and roster registered expert, recruitment consultant, TV panelist, Geetkar and usher by India He retired 31st March 2022 from the post of head National Career Service Center for Differently Abled, Government of India. He did his Master of Social Work and Bachelor of Legislative Law from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. He has been felicitated in about 100 articles, poems, interviews for national regional newspapers and magazines. He has also authored 9 books. In past, he was felicitated with 2 national awards from His Excellency President of India, Shri K.R. Narayan, in presence of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam in 1999 and Honorable Prime Minister of India in 2015.
Thank you. I would request all the audience to give a big round of applause. Now, I would request sir to share a few words, his experience, his journey of being an author.
Thank you so much. Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I know Professor Mahapatra when he was in Bhopal, working with the medical college. He came with the idea that I will start my own institute. Now, in fact, I am really very happy that in front of my eyes that he has brought a wonderful institute in the country. There are recognitions, awards for the people who are writing in literature. But people who are writing for disability. Probably first time I have come across this official. We have never been recognized that there are authors in the disability sector also. So far, my knowledge is concerned. When I wrote my first book, I was very happy. That was again on disability. But this was again own expenditure. Nobody comes to support, but it gives the satisfaction. The second books, this Action Aid India, they published. And Jayati Chandra, she was Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Social Justice. She released that book. When she released that, after that, she asked that, Mr. Sharma, we need 200 copy of this book. Because, madam, this good Action Aid has published, we will supply you. Mr. Day, GM NHFDC was with Mrs. Jayati Chandra. I asked him, madam is asking 200. उन्होंने कहा देखो अभी इनोग्रेशन की है, हवा में है, जैसे ही प्लेन में बैठेंगे, she will forget. She will forget. Don't send 200 copy, otherwise you will lose the money. Okay, there's nothing. I was in NTPC Korba for the training program. I got the call from Ashish Kumarji, who was DDG in the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. And he said, Mr. Sharma, Jayati Chandra has spoken about 500 copy, 200 copy. We need 500 copy. Because we have printed only 500 copy and 100 copy distributed that day. We don't have much copies. Well, this, let me speak. Then again, I got next day call, Mr. Sharma, we need 3,000 copy. And either you supply or we will publish, you give authority. Because what is the purpose? Well, the ministry has taken the decision that this book will be circulated to all the collectors of the country. Then I said, I give my consent, I am sending the mail. I need 1 rupee, you pay me 1 rupee. Because the author's wish is that what he has written, it must reach. I am very happy that ministry published. It was circulated to across the country, all the collectors of the country. And I thought that yes, there is a scope in this year. I made another experiment, like Manish Deep, Mr. Saab is there, many people are writing. Another book I wrote and published with my own money. It was a huge expenditure. I know that this book will be sold. I published 1,000 copy, cost was 9,999. 990 rupees cost it. I sold 950 copies, advance payment. So I believe that if there is some kind of document money also can be earned by the books. Another book, this third book I wrote for the UNDP. I will take 1 minute only. And with Professor Asha Hans, myself, Mr. P.K. Jana, who is now bureaucrat. That time, 2005, we were paid 75,000 per. I'm really happy. I'm personally very thankful to Professor Mahapatra calling us, recognizing us, because nobody has recognized unless we recognize each other. Thank you so much. And thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. These words are going to give us way to look forward. Now, the next awardee I would like to call upon Dr. Santosh Kumar Swain upon the dais to receive his award, Authority 2022.
Dr. Santosh Kumar Swain is the professor and head of the Department of ENT and Head and Neck Surgery, Institute of Medical Science and Some Hospital, Bhubaneswar. He was invited as a keynote speaker at the European ENT Congress in London in 2018. He is a recipient of many awards like Professor of the Year at Global Teaching Excellence Award Conference, New Delhi 2021, Medical Talent of the Year by Indian Health Professional Awards 2017, New Delhi Best ENT Specialist of Odisha at National Health Excellence Award Ceremony, New Delhi 2016, Humanitarian Excellence Award by ICANN Foundation, New Delhi 2021, selected for the Best Clinical Researcher by the World Research Council for 2020, and received Research Excellence Award 2022 from Institute of Scholars International Publications, published more than 200 research papers in peer-reviewed national and international journals, author of 8 books published by reputed medical publishers in India.
We request sir to share a few words.
Namaskar to all. I have not enough words to express my gratitude to founder of the Institute of Health Science and his great team behind him for organizing such an excellent program for particularly authors. I think this is the first. I have not seen any organization, any institute giving awards of authority to authors of rehabilitation science or health sciences. I think this is the first in the country. So I am really proud for this thing, and because authors always they are self-motivators. I have seen they are self-motivators. Even they don't show their work to the others, because sometimes own people also sometimes they dig them. So definitely it is a big reward to others, and in the country, an Institute of Health Science should be recognized internationally, and particularly I have seen few authors are their books also going internationally. I am very happy because so much happiness I come from book. Few days back, one professor from Turkey, he called me directly regarding my one book. He told us, Dr. Swain, just change this line, some suggestion, because some treatment part is regarding giving suggestions. So if you write a book, really it will go to the world level. Because nowadays media and social media, everything book are there. Now PDF format also book are going spreading all over the world. Actually, in my personal as a medical student, I was a medical student from SC Medical College. Then my post-graduation MSc in ENT and head and neck surgery from Bhimsar, Burla, and then I have gone to SGPGI Lucknow for my neurology fellowship. So that time I developed interest in rehabilitation, particularly vestibular rehabilitation. I trained there cochlear implant and vestibular rehabilitation. Then I started some small notebook like what I got. Then I gone to higher training to CMC Vellore. So that time one publisher, particularly JP Brothers, they contacted me for writing such book. So then my writing book joining started here. So I started from what I go made easy, and it is available in Amazon. I have 6 book currently available in Amazon, and rest book not in Amazon. So then textbook also, my one textbook for MBBS students and a practical ENT one for also MBBS students. They are very popular. And also I was not thinking about the money because I have interest, but I am getting a little bit royalty 30-40,000 per year also I am getting. So if you write book also, money is not a big issue, but happiness is a very big issue. And you will, and also business is a self-thing, but you will encourage your students and writing a book also. What happens? You will collect data, you use your experience and read the journals. So you will be increase your knowledge. Your depth of knowledge will increase, so that you will distribute to your students. So writing a book is a different thing. It is not comparison to any money or salaries. So when I my publication, of course, actually in journal, I think at least I got 50,000 rupees every day, feeling like this. So it is another comparison to the money at least. So it is a different journey. It is a journey of happiness. I so lastly I thank you to Professor Mahabhadra. What a wonderful program and dedication for authors, and this is unique in India, unique in our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Next, we would like to call upon the dais for the award to Authority 2022, our own Professor S.S. Rao, sir.
He has completed his diploma in physiotherapy from Institute for Physically Handicapped, New Delhi, Bachelor of Physiotherapy from Indian Institute of Health Education and Research, Patna, and Master of Physiotherapy from Swami Vivekananda National Institute for Rehabilitation Training and Research, Udaipur. He is having more than 40 years of teaching and clinical experience. Started his career as a physiotherapist in 1977 at Swami Vivekananda National Institute for Rehabilitation Training and Research, and retired as assistant professor and head of the department, National Institute for Locomotor Disabilities, Kolkata, in the year 2013. Presently working as professor and head of the department, Institute of Health Science, Chandaka, Bhubaneswar. He was a fellow of the Colombo Plan for Training in the United Kingdom, 1991 to 1992, recipient of Indian Association of Physiotherapists Oration Award 2007, and of Srimati Kamla Ramasamy Udhed Endowment Oration Award by Sri Ramachandra Institute of Higher Education and Research, Chennai 2014, as well as of Lifetime Achievement Award by All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi in 2017, and by Swami Vivekananda National Institute for Rehabilitation Training and Research in 2018. Contributed 2 chapters in the book Spinal Injury and Stroke Rehabilitation and multiple research articles in national and international journals.
So we would like to hear a few words from you.
Good morning, everyone. My regards to the ladies and gentlemen and dear students. Like Dr. Swami had just said earlier, recognition to authors, and that too especially books related to professions, is a thing which has never been heard of before. And I'm sure, and with a lot of confidence can tell you, this is for the first time not only in Odisha but in the country, that such an event has been organized. And we must thank and congratulate Dr. Patna for conceiving this idea. I don't know what brought about the conception, but then it's a shot in the arm for authors, especially the budding authors. I contributed 2 chapters in a book, and that was when I had only a diploma as my qualification. That itself was a recognition for me, because people usually think you must have post graduation or a specialization. And believe me, in that book, the co-authors are very eminent doctors from India and abroad. And I was requested by then the editor to contribute chapters, which I did. And Professor Mahapatra today has let the cat out of the bag. Yes, I am writing another book, and that will be soon coming out, will be published. But, I was just confident being out, but then the cat is out of the bag, so I can make it public. And I am hopeful that it will come out soon, and that will see the light of the day. Once again, I thank you, sir, for this event, and thank you for awarding this authority award to me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have been always an inspiration, and now also as you're writing books after books. So next we would like to call upon to take the award, Authority 2022, Mr. Swarup Vikas Mishra, sir.
He is the founder and director of Sista Hearing, Vertigo, Speech Care and Research Center, Bhubaneswar. He has more than 10 years of clinical experience in the field of audiology and vestibular science. He completed his bachelor in audiology and speech language pathology from the Institute of Health Sciences, Bhubaneswar in the year 2009 and completed his master's in audiology and speech language pathology from Bharati Vidyapeeth Deemed University, Pune in the year 2012. He is a certified vertigo specialist from the American Institute of Balance, Florida, the United States of America in 2017. He is a prolific writer in the field of audiology, vestibular sciences. He has 2 chapters in the professional book named Fundamental VEMBS and 3 chapters of ISA monograph. He is an active researcher in vestibular rehabilitation sciences.
Now we would request sir to share a few words.
Good morning. Thank you so much, sir, Professor Mahapatra, sir, and my own institute, ISS, for giving this opportunity. ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ 2 ଲାଇନ୍ କହିବି ଯେତେବେଳେ book ଲେଖିବା start କଲି, that was the COVID time. I was so frustrated because clinic ଚାଲୁନି, patient ନାହାନ୍ତି, income ନାହିଁ. And that time, my friend was book. Since 2005 when I met sir's line was, spoon feeding is not necessary every time. You should read from book. So in IHS that time, whatever the books are there, audiology 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 54, I think Panda sir can recognize, 54 books are there, and was trying to read all those books. And thanks God, in the COVID time, I was typing some books on vestibular, and I got a call from Dr. Sudhisana from Aish that why are not spending this time to write a book? He was okay, we'll write a book on that. Then he gave me a chapter like vestibular evoked myogenic potential findings in four window syndrome. And when I saw in net, there was 3-4 articles just haphazardly here and there. There is no concept like that third window syndrome is something different. So by
writing books. When I started writing, I told to other seniors that I'm writing a book. Why are you writing a book? Focus on your clinical work. This is not the time to write a book. And when I finished my work, then how much percentage you are getting? So what is the percentage? I don't know what is the percentage. What is the income source by writing a book? I don't know. I just want to write a book just to my juniors, though you will feel, okay, Miss Sina has written this book, and this book is so nicely has written, and we are getting some idea that what is in this book. And in authority, first time I put in net, what is authority? I got the noun that authority means I'm the boss and I'm giving you the commands. But here the first position is it's the act that I can change your thought, I can change your feelings, I can change your mind, I can change your behavior. So this is the authority. So by my writing, I can change your feelings. By writing, I can change your thought. By writing, I can change your clinical profit from the patients. When you're dealing with a patient from the case history, you get to know that, okay, this is the diagnosis. But by reading a book, more and more different case studies, they were saying, no, that is not the case, this is the case. So research always helps us a lot to get into more details for the patients. And vestibular science is a best journey in my life. When I started this vestibular journey in 2009, at that time there was no book, nothing. And now we are a team in India. We have started writing different books in vestibular book, magazine potential, vestibular, between stuff that a lot of books we are writing on simultaneously. And I would hope that audiology people will also get a new horizon in life, that we are in vestibular. We can do audiovestibular diagnosis and management with associate our neurologist and ENT. So this is a good opportunity for us. Go for hearing aid, go for cochlear implant, go for other aspects also. But there is another horizon, that is audiovascular science, that is vertigo assessment and management. And I'm privileged, I'm very happy that my mother used to always call me for this like our ceremony and remember me in this occasion. I'm thankful to my mother institute and also Professor Karnataka. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Premananda Mishra, sir.
He is presently working as lecturer in special education in the National Institute for the Empowerment of Persons with Visual Disabilities, Dehradun, being posted at State Institute of Special Education and Research, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. He has more than 2 decades of teaching experience. He has presented and published theme-based research papers at several national and international conferences and journals. He has written several books in the field of special education. He is also a member of the Board of Studies in the Department of Special Education at North Odisha University, Berhampur University, and Utkal University.
So we would like to hear a few words from you.
My sincere regards to all the dignitaries over the dais and all the dais also. The way the Institute of Health Science has come up this way itself is a source of inspiration. And Professor Satya Mahapatra sir, as we usually call Satya sir, is an epitome of inspiration for many in our state. He has been struggling for the services for the disabled, and now he has become an epitome of success, epitome of inspiration. I would never hesitate to say this. I have also got my inspiration from Sri R.K. Sharma sir, Ram Kishore Sharma sir, Mr. Ganeswar Sapadi sir, and many others. But while working in the field of disability under National Institute of Empowerment of Persons with Visual Disabilities, I have a pain in my heart. I would certainly say my first book was published by NCERT in 2002. Since then, I have left writing books. I wrote articles. But once I was called to the National Institute, and my then director inspired me to write a book. It was published nicely. Soon after his transfer, I was called again to the National Institute. I was forced to join all my directors' names, my in-charge names with my books. That's the pen with me. And once I got my director's name and others' name in second position of the book, and I got all my sufferings, whatever I have been now. So with that pain and the kind of recognition I got from Institute of Health Science, I sincerely extend my gratitude to Institute of Health Science. I also got some sort of inspiration to write from Devasys Bhai, Dr. Devasys Mahapatra, who is 1 year senior to me. He was there in our college. Professor Das Benur sir, and so many others. I have got my inspiration. I still remember them on this day. Thank you so much. Azadi Kamrat Mahachuk for Absolute Life.
Thank you, sir. Next, for the award Authority 2022, I would like to call upon Ms. Serling G on the dais.
She joined the National Institute of Speech and Hearing and was responsible for upgrading diploma in software systems for the deaf and hard of hearing persons to BSc Computer Science and started Bachelor of Fine Arts in 2008 and headed the degree till June 2014, currently functioning as Head New Initiatives. She is also Master in Technology holder, currently pursuing part-time PhD. She was a special invitee by the National Technical Institute for the Deaf and Gallaudet University, USA, to observe the higher education environment for the deaf and hard of hearing people in USA in 2011. She is the editor of 3 academic books and author of 3 book chapters. She has developed a time-tested compensatory comprehensive strategy for the acronym advancements to teach deaf adults with no early interventions.
Now we would request ma'am to share a few words.
Good morning, all. Like all the way from Trivandrum, I was thinking before starting, should I go all the way to Odisha? COVID time, rain. But now I feel if I had not come, and like I want to thank Institute of Health Science for arranging such an wonderful event of honoring the authors. As I'm from National Institute of Speech and Hearing, NIST Trivandrum. Ours is an excellent institute by RCI. We have programs affiliated to 2 universities in our campus. One is Bachelor of Audiology, Speech Language Pathology, MSc Audiology, MSc Speech, Bachelor of Occupational Therapy, diploma programs. And I joined NIST in 1998 when NIST started or attempted higher education for deaf and hard of hearing persons. First time in the country exclusively for deaf and hard of hearing. As told, I'm an engineer. But then, like, when my students taught me sign language, so like from nowhere, I could take my students to heights After the success of the diploma program led Nish to convert that to BSc Computer Science and Bachelor of Fine Arts we started, BCom we started, and then we introduced preparatory year as a first year in the programs. So Computer Science is a 4-year program, Fine Arts 5-year, and BCom 4-year program. So also throughout the journey, there were no model to follow when we started the course in India for deaf adults with no early intervention. I think all of you know about that. So we were struggling a lot, and I landed up with advancement service strategy. It's clearly written in the book. Where I was heading the degree courses very busy, and suddenly in 2014 I was assigned to head new initiatives. So that time I could find time, and then I thought, okay, my dream or throughout my journey in Niche was to write the strategies or like what I have been following. That is, but I was initially I was feeling very not bad, but promotion only. But still, I did not want to leave the course, head of degree courses. In new initiatives means I will not be meeting the students, other new responsibilities. But then but I could find spare time. That I took an opportunity and I wrote this chapters and maybe like edited the book, compiled the book. So what I want to tell the students, the upcoming authors, you should have dream and find time to fulfill the dream, and it will happen. Recognition as like all the authors are feeling might have or might not have. Most of the times, no early maybe. But then I was fortunate to have funds from Social Justice Department of Government of Kerala. Like because I wanted fund, I collaborated with them, and then because we are under Social Justice Department, so we could I could arrange fund, and also I would like to give books. I brought few books. Director sir, I request you to give away the books. Whatever. I think 2 more books are there to professors. Whoever need book can write to me, and I can send you complimentary copies. But BPP charge you have to pay. So I am honored and for inviting me here. I will never forget this event in my life.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we would be heading towards the release of our ISAM journal, Indian Journal of Audiology. A well-framed quote: "If knowledge is power, then curiosity is the muscle." This era is more into research, and basic knowledge about a topic is key towards success. Audiology has grown over recent decades and is braided into digital transformations, keeping hearing scientists on their toes for effective delivery of solutions through research-proof protocols. To give researchers, clinicians, and academicians a platform to showcase their knowledge, Institute of Health Sciences presents before you its journal, ISAM Journal, Indian Journal of Audiology. We are here to release its 2022 edition, which is its volume 7 and issue 2. The editors and co-editors of this journal put in constant effort to bring the best evidence-based article to the limelight. We would like to call upon Dr. Rajendra Kumar Parikar, Ms. Subhashmita Sahu, and other dignitaries to come and release our journal. Request our chief guest of honor, our editor, to do the release of journal.
I request Dr. Swami, Swarup Mishra also come up. Cecil, please come up. Please. Let me come. Please. Sushmit Mishra, please. It's something not belonging to the institute or anybody. It's to the profession. Please.
Pride moments of IHS work keep Thank you, IHS, thank you, Professor and all the dignitaries, all the authors. I'm privileged and fortunate. Really, it's a lifetime boon to see all of you here, the great rehabilitation professionals who are going to the ancestors of literature, literal knowledge. Thank you all. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you all dignitaries for the release of the channel. Now I would request our editor and co-editor to stay back so that we can appreciate them. And I would request our guest of honor and chief guest to give the memento to our editor, Dr. Rajendra Kumar Porika sir. Thank you, sir, for your constant effort. Otherwise, ISAM 2022 Volume 7 wouldn't have been possible. So we would also like to hear a few words.
Myself, I am Dr. Rajendra Kumar Porika. I say I am privileged to be a part of AUTHORITY National Institute for Speech and Hearing Disabilities, Secunderabad, and as well as I am an advisor for Universal Association of Clinical Audiologists and Telangana Audiologists and Speech and Language Pathologists Association. See, this is the work which we have initiated in the early quarters of this year, that is in 2022, when we have conducted online meetings that was being, as one of the dignitaries said, it was the idea conceived by Professor Satya Mahapadra sir and a few of the authors like Sripan sir and other authors. We have conducted several meetings, and in a very short time, it's a wonder to see, in a very short time we have materialized it, implemented that, and today we are seeing two things. One already done in May, that we have conducted the community conference at Chandrika in IHS, and today in this great platform at Vivekananda Kendra in Bhubaneswar. So this shows how the impact and initiating and internal what we call burned thought of our Professor Mahapadra sir, and also the team members and they what we call staff and students as well. And to be in this part, I'm really privileged. So here I thank my team, which have led this properly from the beginning. Subhashmita and Niharika and other staff of IHS. So this Indian Journal of Audiology, that is known as ISAM,
journal is has again took its form in the year 2022, and now uh, it has been brought away to the researchers, the upcoming researchers, to bring up their thoughts for the solutions of research questions, and as well as few possible ways how they can look forward to address the issues, clinical issues of audiology and as well as speech language pathology. And these novel works are going to really help. So where we need certain platform to exhibit, and it is proud that ISAM journal was given a free of cost for publications for the all the research authors. And I thank the what you call management and the chief editor, Professor Muhammad Rafa. And the what you call this idea itself. Today we are felicitating, and we are giving respect to the authors. Authors are the founders of the knowledge, I believe. They are the gurus. That actual guru is that who represents and who shows in practice. And the authors are such people. They show the way, the knowledge, and the concept how to be understood. So it was a great idea and a swift movement that we have created such an impact in a very short time. And this current journal, as earlier journal, has given lots of research thoughts from different angles of audiology and speech language pathology and different areas of its own. And this particular journal has tried to give inputs on efficacy of creating awareness to auditory dysynchrony subject and as well as speech perception subject and identification of tinnitus in even military personnel and such an temporal processing disorders, higher auditory disorders areas, research questions, and as well as so many other, and it has also given light on awareness on bringing on the what we call among the professionals and as well as others regarding the speech and hearing disabilities, and also vertigo management and certain issues have been really addressed. So I thank the authors, those who have submitted papers, critical what we call questions which have been addressed in your own way. As one of the dignitaries said, that it is important to bring such knowledge concepts to the world, and this is the real platform. And I hope with the divine blessings and great people's and seniors' efforts and their vision, this will come true more better. And tomorrow in the future, it will be recognized by the UGC and also internationally. We will try. And and thank you once again, sir. All the guests of honors and guests and all the dignitaries, both those who are present here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the question.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Institute of Health Sciences, now I would request our ISAM Journal co-editor, Ms. Subhashmita Sahu, our principal head of Ideation Hub, to come up the dais. I would request our chief guest and guest of honor to give away a certificate of appreciation to ma'am. We would request ma'am to share a few words about her journey of ISAM Journal, Volume 7 and Issue 1.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Satya sir. Actually, his brainchild is that authority event and ISAM Issue 2, Volume 7 edition. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we'll again start our award ceremony. Coming back to award ceremony, I would again like to quote, knowledge isn't power until it is applied. We have with us all around India who have shared, applied and multiplied their knowledge by scripting them for future professionals. I request our chief guest and guest of honor to give away award Authority 2022 to stalwarts of rehabilitation sciences. I would like to call upon the dais for award Authority 2022, Mr. Venkat Raman Kusti, sir.
Mr. Venkat Christie completed his Master in Audiology and Speech Language Pathology in 2007 and 9 and currently hold American Speech Hearing Association Certificate of Clinical Competence in Speech Language Pathology and California State Speech Language Pathology and School Audiology. He has 13 years of experience in the field and currently working as a senior audiologist and speech language pathologist at All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Bhubaneswar. He has served as a speaker and trainer at 17 workshops, conferences, and webinars conducted by International Institute, Rehabilitation Council of India, Composite Rehabilitation Centers, and other government and private organizations. His area of specialization is augmentative, alternative communication, childhood language disorders, electrophysiological evaluation of audiovestibular disorders, medical, legal, ethical, and evidence-based practices in the field of audiology, speech language pathology. He has more than 20 research papers presented and published, along with 4 original research works and books.
So we would like to hear a few words.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I would like to speak about you. Actually, see, being a clinician, we always struggle in field of rehabilitation that we have to take care of the patient, and at the same time, we have to go, we have to learn the patient advances and all. It's very hard. It's very rare that people acknowledge all of this. I would say it is equally hard to find a person in our field who doesn't know Professor Namaprasad. So he's not only a founder and innovator, he's also a keeper of his promises. He announced this Authority Club last time in Ideation Club of Ishan, right? So it's a great thing. Whatever he tells, we all think I will do this, I will do that, but he always keeps his words and he does that. That's so great, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now we would like to call upon Ms. Prema Devi for Authority Award 2022.
Mr. Prema Devi, Assistant Professor in Speech Language Pathology and Audiology at Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar Memorial Hospital, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. She has 14 years of experience in the field of speech and hearing as an academician at different institutes of repute. Along that, she is also pursuing her PhD from Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, Nashik. She has guided students for more than 25 papers presentation in seminars and has more than 10 publications in the index journals of speech language pathology and audiology. She is a certified practitioner on voice disorder by Dr. J.S. Temple and on cleft lip and palate assessment and management by Dr. N. Kumar and Dr. Martha from the Smile Train project. She also authored the book Working Memory and Communication in Adults and Elderly Population and has published an overwhelming number of articles and research papers.
like to hear a few words from you, ma'am.
Good morning to everyone. I think if I could say a thankful word or thank you, that will be very less for IHS. Because Satya sir is the only one person who led me to be here today. Because I was the first batch or the second batch probably to say, I joined as an audiologist to be a student, but then I came over, I went to the other colleges and I passed my graduation master degree. And right now I'm going to complete my PhD also. And from the beginning, if I know sir, he is my personal guide. He is my likely father who even attended my marriage. Personally in relation and professionally, I'm so close to sir. I am thankful for this platform because my book has been published around 2015 as an author. I has not been recognized by any institutes like this. And today by 2022, after almost a year of 7, I am getting a recognition of this book. Thank you so much, Ayesha. Thank you so much, Ayesha, for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to call upon Mr. Ganeshwar Satpathy for the award, Authority 2022.
In 1986, the Ganeshwar Sarpati left his teaching profession and joined as a rehabilitation officer in the Rehabilitation Center managed by Government of Odisha to identify the disabled population and integrate them into society and make them an important asset to the country. Since 1991, he has worked as mobility instructor in the Department of State Institute for Disability Rehabilitation, Government of Odisha. Also, he has worked as an external faculty in the training center for the teachers of the visually handicapped. In his 33 years of journey, he was able to diagnose more than 30,000 visually disabled and more than 3 lakh differently able people and provided them with rehabilitation services. He also wrote a book called Darsanendriya, which is accepted by all classes of readers.
We would like to hear a few words, sir.
ମୁଖ୍ୟଶିର ସମସ୍ତ ବୃନ୍ଦ ଏବଂ ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ସଜ୍ଜନମଣ୍ଡଳୀ ଆଜି ହେଉଛି ଆମ ପକ୍ଷରେ ବା ଏ ରାଜ୍ୟ ପକ୍ଷରେ କହିବାକୁ ଗଲେ ଅତ୍ୟୁକ୍ତି ହେବନି ଏକ ଐତିହାସିକ ଦିନ ଯାହାଫଳରେ କି ଆଜି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ରିହାବିଲିଟେସନ ଫିଲ୍ଡରେ ଯେଉଁ ଦେଖିଛନ୍ତି ଯେଉଁମାନେ କହିଥିଲି ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ କୌଣସି ପ୍ରକାର ସମ୍ମାନିତ କରାଯାଇ ନାହିଁ ଏବଂ ଏହା ପ୍ରଥମ ଯିଏକି ରାଜ୍ୟରେ ପ୍ରଥମ ଦେଶରେ ବି ପ୍ରଥମ ହେଇପାରେ କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ଆଜି ନିଜକୁ ଗୌରବାନ୍ୱିତ ମନେ କରୁଛି ଏବଂ ମୋର ବହିଟି 2002 ମସିହାରେ ପବ୍ଲିଶ ହେଇଥିଲା କିନ୍ତୁ ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ତାର ରେକଗ୍ନାଇଜେସନ କିଛି ମୁଁ ପାଇନଥିଲି କିନ୍ତୁ ପ୍ରଥମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମୁଁ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ନେଲି ଯେଉଁ ଆମର ଦୃଷ୍ଟିହୀନ ଯେଉଁ ଆମର ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ମାନଙ୍କର ରହିଛନ୍ତି ଟିଚର୍ସ ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ସେଣ୍ଟର ସେମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ନେଇ କହିଲେ ବସେ ବହୁତ ସେମାନେ କହିଲେ ଯେ ସାର୍ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କିଛି ଅଛି କି ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଆମକୁ ଟିକେ ଦରକାର ଆମେ ଇଂଲିଶରେ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ଜାଣିପାରୁନୁ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମୋର ଗୋଟେ ଆଗ୍ରହ ହେଲା ଯେ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଲେଖିବି ଏବଂ ମୋର ଅନୁଭୂତିକୁ ନେଇକି ଗୋଟେ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଲେଖିବା ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲି 10-12 ବର୍ଷ ଲାଗିଲା ତାକୁ ଆସ୍ତେ ଆସ୍ତେ ଲେଖିବାକୁ ଏବଂ ଓଡ଼ିଆ କରିବା ଟିକେ କଷ୍ଟକର ଇଂଲିଶ ୱାର୍ଡ ଗୁଡ଼ାକ ଥିଲା ମୋବିଲିଟି ସାଇନ୍ସର ତ ଓଡ଼ିଆ କରିବା ବହୁତ କଷ୍ଟକର ଲାଗିଲା ତାପରେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଡାକ୍ତରମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆଇ ସ୍ପେଶାଲିଷ୍ଟ ତାକୁ ବି ତାକୁ ଦେଖେଇଲି ଯେ କରେକ୍ସନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ କିଛି ଗୁଡ଼ାଏ ଡାକ୍ତରୀ ଜିନିଷ ଥିଲା ଆଉ ତାକୁ କରେକ୍ସନ କରି ତାପରେ ତାକୁ ନିଜ ହାତରୁ ପଇସା ଖର୍ଚ୍ଚ କରି ତାକୁ ପବ୍ଲିକେସନ କଲି
ଏବଂ କଲା ପରେ ତାପରେ ସାହିତ୍ୟ ଏକାଡେମୀ ସେ ମୋତେ ରିକ୍ୱେଷ୍ଟ କଲା 300 କପି ଯୋଗେଇବା ପାଇଁ ଏବଂ ସିଲେକ୍ଟ କଲା ମହିଳାକୁ 300 କପି ସାହିତ୍ୟ ଏକାଡେମୀ କି ଦେଲି ଡିସକାଉଣ୍ଟରେ। ତାପରେ ସର୍ବଶିକ୍ଷା ଅଭିଯାନ ଖୋଲିଲା। ସର୍ବଶିକ୍ଷା ଅଭିଯାନ ସେମାନେ କହିଲେ ଆମକୁ କିଛି କପି ଦରକାର, ତାଙ୍କୁ ବି ମୁଁ ଆଗାମୀ 3000 କପି ତାକୁ ଯୋଗେଇଲି ଏବଂ ସବୁ ଜିଲ୍ଲାକୁ ସେମାନେ ପଠେଇଲେ ଏବଂ ଜିଲ୍ଲାକୁ ପଠେଇଲା ପରେ ଯେଉଁମାନେ ପଢିଲେ କିଛି ପାଠକୁ ବି ମତାମତ ପଠେଇଲେ ଏବଂ ସେମାନେ ଆପ୍ରିସିଏଟ୍ କଲେ, କହିଲେ ଆଉ କ'ଣ ବହି ଅଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଆଉ ଇଏ କରନ୍ତୁ। କିନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଆଉ ଅନ୍ୟ କିଛି ଆଉ ଯୋଉ ବହି ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ଲେଖିଛି ତାକୁ ପବ୍ଲିଶ କରିବାକୁ ମୋ ପାଖରେ ପ୍ରକୃତ ପଇସା ନାହିଁ। ଆଉ ତେଣୁ କାରଣ ଏହା ତ ଅର୍ଥ ଉପାର୍ଜନକାରୀ ନୁହଁ, ଯାଇକି ବିକ୍ରି ପଇସା ପାଇବ ଏ ଫିଲ୍ଡରେ ଏତେ ରେଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟେଡ୍ ସେତେ ଆଉ ହ୍ୱାଇଟ୍ ପବ୍ଲିସିଟି ତାର ହେଇପାରିବନି ଏବଂ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆଉ ମୁଁ ତଥାପି ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରୁଛି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭବିଷ୍ୟତରେ ରୂପରେଖଟାକୁ ଆଣିବି ଲୋକମାନେ ଜାଣିଛି। ଆଉ ମୋବିଲିଟି ସାଇନ୍ସ ଯୋଉଟା କି ଦୃଷ୍ଟିହୀନ ମାନଙ୍କର ସବୁଠୁ ବଡ଼ ସମସ୍ୟା ଯୋଉଟା କି ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ ଅନ୍ୟ ଜାଗାକୁ ଯିବା ଏବଂ ସେଇ ବିଷୟରେ କୌଣସି ତଥ୍ୟ ମାନେ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ସେଟା ହାସଲ କରାଯାଇ ପାରୁନି ଏବଂ ଅଧିକାଂଶ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ କରନ୍ତି ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କରନ୍ତି ଯେ ଦୃଷ୍ଟିହୀନ ମାନେ କେମିତି ଚାଲୁଛନ୍ତି, କେମିତି ବାଡ଼ି ଧରିକି କରୁଛନ୍ତି, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟା ଯାଇକି ଆମର ଭଳିଆ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରଶିକ୍ଷକ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ତାକୁ ଶିକ୍ଷା ଦିଅନ୍ତି। ମୁଁ ଗର୍ବ କରୁଛି ଯେ କି ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ ପ୍ରାୟ ମୋର ଛାତ୍ର ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ 3000 ଉର୍ଦ୍ଧ୍ୱ ଛାତ୍ରଛାତ୍ରୀ ଏବଂ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ସ୍କୁଲରେ ସର୍ବଶିକ୍ଷା ଅଭିଯାନରେ ସେମାନେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ସେମାନେ ଏଟାକୁ ପ୍ରସାର କରୁଛନ୍ତି। এই ଶିକ୍ଷାକୁ ବି ସେମାନେ ପହଞ୍ଚାଉଛନ୍ତି, ଗ୍ରାସରୁଟ୍ରେ ପହଞ୍ଚାଉଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ସିଭିଆର ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ଦିଆଯାଇଥିଲା ସେମାନେ ବି ରାଜ୍ୟ ଭିତରେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ରାଜ୍ୟରେ ମୁଁ ଯାଇକି ଦେଇଛି ସିଭିଆର ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ଡାକ୍ତରମାନଙ୍କୁ, ସେମାନେ ବି ଏଟାକୁ ପ୍ରଚାର ପ୍ରସାର କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ସେମାନେ ଏବେ ବି ସେମାନେ ମୋ ପ୍ରତି ମାନେ ବହୁତ ତାଙ୍କର ଇଏ ରହିଛି ଏବଂ ସେମାନେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ କି ସାର୍ ଆପଣ ବି ପଢ଼େଇଥିଲେ ଆମର ମନେ ଅଛି, ଏମିତି ବି କହୁଛନ୍ତି ବେଳେବେଳେ। ଆଉ ଏବେ ବି ଦରକାର ପଡ଼ିଲେ ମୁଁ କେତେ ଜାଗାକୁ ଯୋଉ ଏକ୍ସଟର୍ନାଲ ଏକ୍ଜାମ ହେଇକି ସେମାନେ ଡାକୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ ଯାହା ବି କିଛି ସୀମିତ ସମ୍ମାନ କିଛି ମିଳୁଛି ସେଆକୁ ପୁଞ୍ଜି କରିକି ମୁଁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆଗକୁ ଚାଲିଛି ଏବଂ ମୁଁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଅବସର ପ୍ରାପ୍ତ যে প্রকার ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରତିଭା ମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆଜି ସେ ସମ୍ମାନିତ କଲେ ଏବଂ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ବହୁତ ପ୍ରକାର ଆମର ଖୁସି ଲାଗୁଛି ଯେ କି ଏ IAS କର୍ମକର୍ତ୍ତା ଏବଂ ତାଙ୍କର ପ୍ରଚେଷ୍ଟା ବହୁତ ପ୍ରଶଂସନୀୟ। ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ।
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call upon Dr. B.K. Nanda sir for the Authority Award 2022. He is currently working as lecturer in physiotherapy
at Swami Vivekananda National Institute for Rehabilitation Training and Research, Olapur, Odisha since 2008. He has worked as a physiotherapist at Thakur Hari Prasad Institute of Research and Rehabilitation for the Mentally Handicapped, Hyderabad, and Sanjay Gandhi Postgraduate Institute of Medical Science, Lucknow, and SB Nittat, Olapur from 1992 to 2006. And as senior physiotherapist at SB Nittat from 2006 to 2008. He has completed his Bachelor of Physiotherapy Honours and Master for Physiotherapy in Neurology from SB Nittat, Olapur, Odisha. He authored the book Electrotherapy Simplified in 2008 and edited the book for third time. A book named Textbook of Physiotherapy is in process of publication soon. He has 30 years of clinical experience with considerable experience in teaching and guiding BPT and MPT students.
So we would like to hear a few words from you.
respected dignitaries in the dais, my teacher, Professor Mrs. Rao, my colleagues, Sticky, Timber, many more my students. It's really a great privilege for me, which has been given by Professor Mahapatra, to be honored in such a occasion. I know the journey Professor Mahapatra has taken, making him a successful. I feel proud. I was sitting here, I was thinking about Professor Mahapatra. He has achieved success. And I pray Lord Jagannath to bless him with everything to achieve more and more success in future. And likewise, authoring a book, a author, like me, I didn't dream to write a book. But when I started teaching the students, I found the books available in the field are not catering the need of students. So I started to work in 2008, and I had my first publication of the book made by JP Publishers in 2008 only. Then I had my second edition, the third edition is going on. Third edition is already there. Now, as Madam already said, I am also going to publish a book very shortly. That is a textbook of physiotherapy. Let me tell you what led me to work on such books. Because as a physiotherapy is concerned, we should not confine ourselves only on exercises, biomechanics, without knowledge of complete knowledge. Without complete knowledge, we should have some knowledge of surgery, some knowledge of orthosis, some knowledge of prosthetics, everything. If complete knowledge I have, then I will be able to provide care to my patient. So with that thought, I'm working. I hope by this Durga Puja, my textbook will be available. Let me tell you, friends, the author like me does not write a book for money. Yes, I get sufficient money from JP Publishers. It is equivalent to a junior professional salary in a month. I get that much money every year. So money is, I never dreamt that I get so much money. And for that money only, author should not write book. We should see what is the need of the students. And by writing a book, by giving proper knowledge to students, directly or indirectly, we will be able to serve the patients, the persons with disabilities. With that idea, I am proceeding. I think this forum probably will encourage me to write more and more books. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Nihar Ranjan Mohanty to give away the award Authority 2022.
Currently, he is the principal of the Gayatri College of Physiotherapy, Sambalpur. He completed his Bachelor of Physiotherapy from Swami Vivekanand National Institute for Rehabilitation Training and Research, Olapur in the year 2013, and completed his Master of Physiotherapy in Sports from Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar in the year 2017. He is pursuing his PhD from Guru Nanak Dev University since 2018. He is a prolific writer in the field of physiotherapy, having 7 textbooks and 5 reference book publications to his credit. He is a researcher in the field of sports physiotherapy and published 8 international articles in peer-reviewed journals.
hear a few words from you?
Good morning to all. Thank you, sir, for this August occasion arrangement. Thank you, Team Authority. Thank you, Founder, Director, Professor Satyam sir. Respected chairpersons, respected professionals, respected teachers, my teacher, Mrs. Rao sir, Bikram sir. The year 2008, when I joined BPT as editor, sir published that book. And while reading from that book, I started dreaming to write book because sir's book only inspired me, being a student. How simple is language in the book that motivated me to write in simple languages, because from the background of state government Odia language, it's not easy to read so many high standard books. So during my student days, I used to prepare notes from 3 to 4 books, and I compiled, and my master degree time, that time also I prepared notes. During lockdown time, as Professor Mahapatra said, I was dreaming whether I will live or I will die. That time it was occupied by all were assuming what will happen in the future. So I started writing my notes into book format. So only I will give credit to the COVID for all the publications. So thank you so much. Thank you, Team Authority, again for this beautiful arrangement. Thank you, sir, for this innovation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Research is a formalized curiosity. It is poking and prying with purpose, as said by Neil Hempstead. Rehabilitation, being an important aspect of healthcare, is fast evolving, where new diagnostic approaches and evidence-based management strategies are coming up and in rapid pace. The Institute of Health Sciences, in its pursuit for excellence in rendering rehabilitation services to patients and providing the highest standard of education, has taken a giant leap, renaming the journal as Indian Journal of Physical Rehabilitation, which was earlier known as PhysiMed. We have done this to include the other field of rehabilitation like occupational therapy, prosthetic, orthotics, besides physiotherapy. In this journal, short communication, research articles, scientific papers, and individual case studies have been highlighted. The editor and co-editor of this journal put in constant effort to bring the best evidence-based article to the limelight. We would like to call upon Professor S.S. Rao sir, Dr. Priyadarshini Mishra, and other dignitaries, Dr. Stiti Pragya ma'am, Chinmay sir, Deepak sir, Anupriya ma'am, Vikananda sir, Nihar sir, to come and release the journal. coming back to award ceremony, I would like to quote, in a time of turbulence and change, it is more true than ever that knowledge is power. We have the eye opener in the field of rehabilitation. I request our chief guest and guest of honor to give away the award Authority 2022 to the stalwart of rehabilitation sciences. Now I would like to call Dr. Priyadarshini Mishra to the dais to receive the Authority Award 2022.
She is currently working as an associate professor of physiotherapy and IQAC coordinator at the Institute of Health Sciences, Odisha. She has more than 10 years of experience in the academic, research, and clinical field. She is also an office bearer for the Indian Association Physiotherapists Utkal branch, Women's Cell at its state head. She has completed her Bachelor of Physiotherapy from Nirachal Institute of Medical Sciences, Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, and Master of Physiotherapy in Orthopedic from Sri Ramaswamy Memorial College of Physiotherapy, SRM University, Chennai. Currently, she is pursuing PhD in physiotherapy from Tantia University, Rajasthan. As an acclaimed scholar and academician, she has received many awards from various institutes of repute. As an academician and researcher, she has published 4 articles in national and 6 articles in international journals of repute. Further, she has also authored 3 books.
We would like to get few words from you.
Again, like all authors, I would give the credit of my first book to Satya sir. He always have been a push, and for me, I think I need a push for everything. So, sir has become a push. So after that, after one book, I got the wish to write other, which is on physical education. The third one is on digital humanitarians for teaching methodology, and the fourth one is coming, which is on research methodology. Thank you.
Now I would like to call Dr. Debashish Mohapatra to the dais to receive the Authority Award 2022.
He has represented Odisha as a linguist in various programs conducted in Mysore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Chidambaram, Pune, Kolkata, and Bangalore. He has worked as RJ in Akashvani, Cuttack, and Puri centers. He has spoken for India as a linguist at many international forums such as Oman, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Istanbul, Cairo, Alexandria, Tripoli, etc. He also has 8 years of teaching experience as a linguist in Department of English at Omar Al Mukhtar University located on Libya, North Africa. Moreover, he is working as a guest faculty to teach linguistics in the Institute of Health Sciences, Bhubaneswar.
So we would like to hear a few words from you.
Good afternoon to all of you. With due permission, I would like to change this abbreviation written here, IHS. Though it stands for Institute of Health Sciences, from today onwards, I would like to change it as I am honest and sincere. Because of this only, all of us, we have been awarded here. So I would like to thank, like my elder brother, he is the founder director, Professor Satya Mohapatra. And before me, 2 Mishras
were felicitated. Why I am citing this? Because one Mishra, Premanand Mishra, he was my junior, and another Swarup Vikas Mishra, he was my student here in Institute of Health Sciences. And see, one of our he was telling that he had some pain because he had written his director or chairman's name in books. Why pain? After listening that particular line, I was remembering Mayakovsky, a great poet who had written a poem called A Cloud in Trousers. I am just quoting one stanza from that poem. Wherever pain is, there am I. On every single tear that is shed, I myself am crucified. See, this is the sacrifice. If you have pain with you, no pain can touch you. So, in Odia, I am quoting one stanza with due permission. And a great poet was there called Godaboris Mahapatra. In his poem, he was telling, হঠাৎ যেবে মু যায় মরি কাম দাম অবা নাহি সরি আউ থরে আসি পূরণ করিবি সরবু জড়ক বাড়ি করি. I'm just translating. If I die, means untimely like in Corona, after my death, I will come again like cloud, like rain, and I will wipe out all tears from your eyes. Thank you all for honoring me and inviting me. I am associated with this institute since maybe 15 years or more. I am teaching linguistics and phonetics. I am glad that today I am awarded with this, with his love and affection. Thank you.
Now I would like to call Dr. Shushmit Mishra to the dais to receive the Authority Award 2022.
He has completed his bachelor in audiology and speech language pathology from Ali Yawar Jam National Institute for Speech and Hearing Disabilities Regional Center, Kolkata in 2005, and Masters in Audiology from All India Institute of Speech and Hearing, Mysore in 2007. He completed his PhD in Cognitive Hearing Science from Linköping University, Sweden in 2014 and a 3-month postdoc with Siemens in Singapore. Additionally, has completed a Master in Business Administration with a specialization in Human Resource in 2022 from Utkal University. He has 10 international publications, 2 international conference publications, and 3 national publications. His PhD thesis was published as a book by Linköping University. He was been the winner of many awards and accolades, prominent of which Manohar Memorial Award for Best Paper in Audiology Poster 2020, Indian Speech and Hearing Association Conference, Chandigarh, India, and Innovator Award at the International Symposium of Audiological Medicine, Bhubaneswar, India 2022.
Sir, we would like to hear a few words from you.
Please said, my words are really going to you because I consider my achievements are really few, considering the difficulties present in the life and of the guys. A very afternoon to all dignitaries present here. Well, I would just like to say there are lines to go before I rest. I have, in few words, taken a academic degree, you can consider, considering my family condition. There are many invitations to write books. I am just writing papers now. So I have an intention to write many books. Many books are half written at this stage. Satya sir, we share father-son relationship. We are associated for 24 years now. And he has been a motivator, and he has been always motivating me, inviting me into functions like this. And these are really pushing me. I considered not nominating myself. Then all of a sudden I received a text from him and I said, "Sir, can I apply?" He said, "Of course." And I applied, and here I am. So, my junior colleagues, I would just like to say the scope of our field is enormous. And we would, it's, we can do, we can contribute as an academician, we can contribute as a clinician. Satya sir, Suru, there are many examples, even super, there are many examples you can follow. So it's not that I'm an academician, you shouldn't do clinic. So it's not like that. You can do both and you can be successful in both. So, and 24 hours is a huge thing. So just follow and just contribute as much as you can. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call Dr. Satyajit Mohanty to the dais to receive Authority 2020 award.
He is a specialist physiotherapist in sports medicine, has more than 24 years of work experience in various organizations at Christian Medical College and Ludhiana. He is currently heading the physiotherapy department of Medcare Hospital and Research Center. He completed his Bachelor of Physiotherapy from Swami Vivekananda National Institute for Rehabilitation Training and Research, Udaipur, Odisha. Master of Physiotherapy Sports from Rajiv Gandhi College, Bhopal. PG Diploma Dietetics and Nutrition from Utkal University, Bhubaneswar. And PhD Community Medicine from Shiksha O Anusadhana deemed to be University, Bhubaneswar. He has also published research papers and presentations at national and international level conferences. He published books entitled A Concise Textbook for the Management of the Overweight and Obese, Golden 1000 MCQs, a PG Entrance Guide for Physiotherapists, Volume 1 and 2.
I share the word.
Hello, good morning, and wish you a happy Independence Day in advance. I see all known faces are here. Dr. Satlama, Dr. Vipasan, Dr. Sinwar. I see all stalwarts out here. What to tell? And if students are here, then I will just speak just two lines Number one, read well, and number two is write well. Write well that is accepted, and write always well in good journals so that your name will be heard. Your name will be heard everywhere. And don't pick up journals because this is a ceremony to celebrate opening of, inaugurating some journals, I see. So try to write in those journals which are not predatory. I hope you understand what is a predatory journal. How many of you know what is a predatory journal? Please raise your hand. Who knows what is a predatory journal? Any fourth year or third year student? No? So don't write in predatory journals. Always write in index journals. Please explore. And if my message is going to all of you, then I hope today's event is successful. Thank you.
Now, I would like to call Dr. Deepak Samantray to the dais to receive Authority Award 2022.
He has an experience of 15 years in the field of physiotherapy and rehabilitation. He is currently the principal of High-Tech College of Physiotherapy, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. He has past experience as the head of Department of Physiotherapy at International Institute of Rehabilitation Sciences and Research, Bhubaneswar, Odisha from 2009 to 2015, and as principal of Franklin Institute of Medical Sciences, Satya Vihar, Bhubaneswar, Odisha from 2016 to 2020. He is an international instructor for spinal manipulation therapy. He has instructed and conducted more than 100 workshops, seminars, and courses in India and abroad. He has the founder of Spinal Concept Academy for Advanced Spinal Manipulation. He has published the book entitled Spinal Manipulation Made Easy.
My respect to all the dignitaries, all the guys, to all teachers present over here, all my colleagues, all the students. So actually, I have forgotten about my book because it was like last 7 years back I have written it, and just 2 days back I just make me remember that I have written a book. Thanks to the authority, IHS, especially to Professor Satya Sir, who have organized such a wonderful event, and which have recognized all the authors over here in Odisha, for physiotherapy, audiology, rehabilitations. And this event boosted me again boosted me to write something new. And I take responsibility, and from now onwards, I will start my writing journey so that I can write one more book. And it is a message to all the students over here. You all can be author. There is an author in everyone. Just you need to project your author, like to take that author outside
you so that you can write many things. You can write anything you want. That is what the author can do. And my book was totally my experience. What I have learned from my teachers, what I have practiced since years and years. So that was the experience I have written in the book. It was actually not a book, it was a manual, but it was formed with book. So my dear students and over here, you all can be author one day. Just need to be clear in your basics. Read properly, read as many as book you can. Don't go for that PDF format because nowadays no one is buying book. Everyone is going to the PDF format. And you start with PDF and you'll end up with some other sites. So don't go through the PDF. You can learn through books and just take a highlighter and highlight the things what you are reading. That you can also make your notes. But books are essentials, not that PDF format. I advise you all, the new generations, I advise you not to go for PDF. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to call Ms. Pragya Paramita Behra to the dais to receive Authority Award 2022.
She is currently working as lecturer and academic coordinator in Namita Devi Special BEd College, Bhubaneswar, Odisha since July 2014. In part, she has worked in Pingalaki Special Diploma College, Nimapada, as a lecturer, as Odisha coordinator in SCORE Foundation, New Delhi, as state coordinator in Indian Red Cross Society, Odisha State Branch, placement officer in Odisha Association for the Blind, and as guest coordinator in Swabhiman Project Anjali National Children Festival during her experience of past 13 years. She also has published a book entitled Social Work for Persons with Disability, which was released on dated 18 August 2010. She has also published articles on various social issues in monthly magazines such as Jyotishri and daily newspaper Sarvasadharan, Janamai and Dharitri.
Ma'am, we would like to hear a few words from you.
शुभ सकाळ एखाद्या उपस्थित गुरुजन वृंद मोर कॉलेज जो अच्छे समस्त शुभ सकाळ ମୁଁ 2010 ମସିହାରେ MSW कंप्लीट कला पर मास्टर इन सोशल वर्क कंप्लीट कला पर हमके ଗୋଟେ पेपर थिला सोशल वर्क रे ଗୋଟେ पेपर थिला डिसेबिलिटीज ता पूर्वରୁ केबे भी जानि नथि एक्चुअली डिसेबिलिटीज रिलेटेड लोकस से केबे एसोसिएटेड नथि बा जानि नथि से विषय सबसे बड़ बैरियर मु देखिछि कि डिसेबिलिटीज फील्ड रे समस्त जो माने अछंती गोटे जगह लिमिटेड बाहर सहित जो कोऑर्डिनेशन जो संपर्क सेटा होता है कारण हमने सोशल वर्कर हिसाब रे काम करथिलु प्रैक्टिकल फील्ड रे थिलु तो सेते बेले डिसेबिलिटीज जो एस्पेक्ट लाइक विजुअल इंपैयरमेंट हियरिंग इंपैयरमेंट से सब रे जो डायरेक्टली फील्ड रे काम कला बे हम सहित किसी से कोऑर्डिनेशन की लिंक अप नथिला तो सेते बेले मु चिंता करली कि सोशल वर्क पढिला बेले केमिति डिसेबिलिटीज को बाहर करबी केमिति जानिबी तो मु प्रथम स्मृति महापात्र एसोसिएशन रे आसीथिलु स्वाभिमान रे काम करली तो सेते बेले मोर कांसेप्ट डिसेबिलिटी रिलेटेड आसीथिला और मु ताको चिंता करे कि मते सन्यास बेहरा जे अछंती हमरो एसएससीपीडी डिपार्टमेंट असन सर गाइड करथिले आके समस्या गाइड करथिले तांको तत्वावधान रे मु से बुक टी प्रथम पब्लिश करथिली देन मु आरंभ कली जॉइन कली मोर बीएड एंड कंटिन्यू कली देन एमए वर्तमान मु कीट पीएचडी करूची मोर कंटिन्यूशन चलीची मोर टॉपिक अछि पेरेंटिंग ऑफ चिल्ड्रन विथ डिसेबिलिटीज এটা मोर फाइनल इयर कंप्लीशन सबमिशन स्टेज रे अछि तो मोर एठी सब जिनिस पढिबार उद्देश्य ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଭିନ୍ନକ୍ଷମ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ କାମ କରୁ ଆମର ଫିଲ୍ଡ ଗୋଟେ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ଆସ୍ପେକ୍ଟ ମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ପରିବାର ଆମେ ରହିଯାଇଛୁ ଆମେ ଜେନେରାଲ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ପହଞ୍ଚି ପାରୁନୁ କୋଉଠି ନା କୋଉଠି ଗ୍ୟାପ୍ ଅଛି ମୁଁ ଯେବେ ବି ସେଣ୍ଟ୍ରାଲ ସ୍କୁଲରେ କି କୌଣସି ଜାଗାରେ ଇଣ୍ଟରଭ୍ୟୁ ଦେବାକୁ ଯାଇଛି ସମସ୍ତେ ପ୍ରଥମେ ପଚାରନ୍ତି ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନ ଆଗେ ୱାର୍ଡଟା ଶୁଣିଲେ ପ୍ରଥମେ ପଚାରନ୍ତି କାଶ୍ମୀରରେ ବିଏଡ୍ ଆନ୍ଧ୍ର ବିଏଡ୍ ଏମିତି ଟାଇପ୍ର ମାନେ ଯେମିତିକି ବହୁତ ଲୋକ ସେ ବିଷୟରେ ଜାଣିନାହାନ୍ତି ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ମୁଁ ସେ ଜିନିଷ ସେ ଭେରି ସବୁବେଳେ ଫିଲ୍ କରିଛି ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେଣ୍ଟ୍ରାଲ ସ୍କୁଲରେ ରିସେଣ୍ଟଲି ଦୁଇ ତିନି ଥର ଇଣ୍ଟରଭ୍ୟୁ ଦେବାକୁ ଗଲି ଦିସ୍ ଇୟର ମାନେ 2022 ର କଥା ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ସେମାନେ ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ବିଏଡ୍ ଇଟସେଲ୍ଫ ଶୁଣିଲେ ପ୍ରଥମେ ସେ ସବୁ କନସେପ୍ଟ ମାଇଣ୍ଡକୁ ନେଉଛନ୍ତି ପ୍ରଥମେ ମୋତେ କନଭିନ୍ସ କରିବାକୁ ପଡ଼େ ଆରସିଆଇ ଗୋଟେ ବୋର୍ଡ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଆମେ ତା ଭିତରେ ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନ କରୁଛୁ ଗୁଡ଼ାଏ ଜିନିଷ ମୋତେ ବୁଝିବାକୁ ପଡ଼େ ଆମକୁ ବାହାରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଯାଉ ତ କୋଉଠି ନା କୋଉଠି ସେ ମୋର ସବୁବେଳେ ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ କି ସେ ବ୍ରିଜଟାକୁ ଆମେ କେମିତି ବ୍ରିଜ କରିକି ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ପହଞ୍ଚି ପାରିବୁ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ତେଣୁ ମୁଁ ସବୁବେଳେ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରେ ମାନେ ଆମ ଫିଲ୍ଡରେ ଆମେ ଟିକେ ବାହାରିକି ଲୋକଙ୍କ ସହିତ ଯଦି ଆସୋସିଏଟ ହେଇପାରିବୁ ସେଟା ବେଟର ହବ ତେଣୁ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମୋର ବୁକ୍ ଥିଲା ସୋସିଆଲ ୱାର୍କ ଫର ପର୍ସନ୍ସ ୱିଥ୍ ଡିସେବିଲିଟିଜ୍ ଦେନ୍ ମୋର ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ବୁକ୍ ଏବେ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଚାଲିଛି ଲେଖିବା ମୁଁ ଲେଖୁଛି ଏଜୁକେସନାଲ ସାଇକୋଲୋଜି ଯୋଉଟାକି ଚିଲଡ୍ରେନ୍ ୱିଥ୍ ହିୟରିଂ ଇମ୍ପାରମେଣ୍ଟ ଭିଜୁଆଲ ଇମ୍ପାରମେଣ୍ଟ ସମସ୍ତ ତାଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ କନସେପ୍ଟ ଅଛି ସେ ସବୁକୁ କେମିତି ମାନେ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ଫିଲ୍ଡର ଯୋଉ ଲୋକମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ପଢିବେ ଆଉ ବେସିକାଲି ପେପରରେ ଓଡ଼ିଆ ପେପରରେ ଆର୍ଟିକଲ ଲେଖେ ଯେମିତିକି ମହିଳା ଦିବସରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିକି ଭିନ୍ନକ୍ଷମ ଦିବସରେ କାରଣ କିଛି ଭିନ୍ନକ୍ଷମ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ବିଷୟରେ ଲୋକ ଜାଣନ୍ତି ସେଇଆ ମୋର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ମୁଁ ତ ସତ୍ୟପାଇଁ ବହୁତ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଦେବି ଡାକିଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ବହି ଲେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ଇନ୍ସପିରେସନ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରମିସ୍ ବି କରୁଛି ନେକ୍ସଟ ଇୟର ଅଥରିଟି ପୂର୍ବରୁ ତୁମକୁ ପବ୍ଲିଶ କରିବି ଯେବେ ତ ଆମେ ସଫ୍ଟୱେରରେ ପାଠ ପଢିବା ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିଛୁ ଥ୍ରୁ ପିଡିଏଫ ଥ୍ରୁ ଇଏ ତ ବହିର ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ଡେ ବାଇ ଡେ କମି ଯାଉଛି ମୋର ବହି ମୁଁ ରେୟାର ଜାଗାରେ ଦେଖିଛି ଲୋକ ପଢିବାର ବଟ୍ ଷ୍ଟିଲ୍ କୋଉ ବାହାର ଜାଗାରେ କେବେ ମଗେଇଛନ୍ତି ବହି ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ପଠେଇଛୁ ବଟ୍ ଟ୍ରାଏ କରିବି ଆଗକୁ ଅଧିକ ଲେଖିବା ପାଇଁ କାରଣ ମୁଁ ଏଠି ଯେତେ ଜଣ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କଠୁ ବହୁତ ମାନେ ଲର୍ନ କରିଲି ଶିଖିଲି ଜାଣିଲି ସେ ଜିନିଷକୁ ଇମ୍ପ୍ଲିମେଣ୍ଟ କରିବି ଆଉ ଆଗକୁ ବହି ଲେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବି ବେସିକାଲି ମୋର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ଅଛି କାହିଁକି ନା ଯେତିକି ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନ ପିଲାମାନେ ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି ସବୁ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ବହି ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି କାରଣ ରିଆଲିଟି ତ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ କାରଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ କଲେଜରେ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ନେଉଛୁ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଟିଚର ହଉଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଗ୍ୟାପ୍ ହଉଛି ସେମାନେ ମାନୁଆଲ ପବ୍ଲିଶ ହଉଛି ଇଂଲିଶରେ ସେମାନେ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ତାକୁ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଲେସନ କରି କରି ଆମେ ପୁରା ବହି ଲେଖୁଛୁ ତାକୁ ପଢଉଛୁ ତ ମୁଁ ସେଇ ଜିନିଷକୁ ରଖିବି କି ଆଟଲିଷ୍ଟ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ପାଇଁ ଯେହେତୁ ମୁଁ ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ ଜନ୍ମ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ଗର୍ବିତ ଓଡ଼ିଶାର ଝିଅ ମୋ ଝିଅକୁ ଟିକେ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ କହିବି ସେ ବହୁତ ବ୍ୟସ୍ତ ହେଇଗଲାଣି ମାମା ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରାଇଜ ମିଳୁଛି ତମକୁ ମିଳିବନି ବୋଧେ ଚାଲ ପଢିବା ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ସେ ମୋ ସହିତ ସବୁବେଳେ ଅଛି ଆଉ ସେ ମୋତେ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଏନକରେଜ କରୁଛି କାହିଁକିନା ସେ ପୁରା 10 o'clock ରୁ ମୋ ସହିତ ବୁଲୁଛି କେବଳ ଏଠିକି ଆସିବା ପାଇଁ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ କୃଷ୍ଣା ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ଏଭ୍ରିୱାନ୍ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ
Now I would like to call Miss Abhipsa Parida to the dais to receive the Authority Award 2022.
She is an occupational therapist and has been handling many children with special needs of different ages for the last 6 years. She is presently working at Kids Incredible, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. She has done her Bachelor of Occupational Therapy as well as Masters of Occupational Therapy on Developmental Disabilities from Swami Vivekananda National Institute for Rehabilitation Training and Research, Gorakhpur, Odisha. She has also worked in various occupational therapy centers for children with special needs like ADC and Thule. She is also the author of the book Being Joyful with Autism. Along with this, she is also a professional blogger who has published a number of articles on different common problems faced by children with special needs and ways to handle them.
kindly share a few words.
First of all, I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, Team Authority and Institute of Health Sciences for this opportunity that has given us authors like an encouragement and a motivation which is very much needed. And when I was studying in Nectar, at that time, like most of the books were from foreign authors. So we were thinking there was a communication gap. Like we were thinking that if there would be Indian author books, then we can connect more, we can learn and grasp the concepts more easily. So thank you so much for this opportunity that we should encourage more and more Indian authors to write more books so that we can connect with the students and we can help them learn a better way. So my book, Being Joyful with Autism, it's released this June, and I am also like one more book will be published by September, and I'm inspired to write many more books. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to call Ms. Sejal Shrestha to the dais to receive the Authority Award 2022.
She worked as an audiologist in Calcutta Hearing Clinic and ILS Hospital, Dum for September 2019 to April 2020. Consultant SLP with Mom's Belief from 2020 to 2021 and currently working as audiology and speech language pathology in Patliputra Speech and Hearing Clinic, Patna. She is a certified oral sensory motor interventionist for pediatric feeding difficulties from Dimension Center for Child Development, Bangalore, certified for solutions-based auditory processing evaluation and therapy from the Auditory Processing Institute, certified cochlear implant trained audiologist by Ali Yavar Jung National Institute for Speech and Hearing Disabilities, Mumbai, and Cochlear Under Impact Training Life member of Bihar State Indian Speech and Hearing Association and Universal Association of Clinical Audiology. She has published a chapter in an e-book named Autoimmune Inner Ear Disorders, Unheard Dangers in Acta Scientific.
Sejal, kindly share a few words. Very good afternoon to everyone. Actually, I had never thought that I would be able to finish off this book because it was actually given as a challenge by Professor Satyasar. So it was a task that even I was not confident that it could be ever published. But thanks to COVID, and I got a lot of time to work on it, and I would especially like to thank Sudhir sir and also Dr. Imran Dhamani who came up and gave their valuable feedback in its early stages, and because of that only I was able to finish this book. So just one message for the students in second year and third year. If you feel that there is a lot of things to learn, we are still at the tip of the iceberg. We have lots to do and we have lots to uncover. So with this message, I would like to thank everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So we have our third journal, Indian Journal of Communication Sciences, to be released. A well-friend quote, knowledge is power, information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society and in every family. India being not just home to 20% of world population, but instantly diverse in its social, culture, and linguistic fabric. The Indian Journal of Communication Sciences come with a thought to amalgamate researchers from all, starting from communication disorders to social-linguistic sectors. To provide a platform for such research work, Institute of Health Sciences has come up this year with its Journal Edition 2022, Volume 1, Issue 2, in front of the researchers. Now I would request Chief Guest of Honor, all dignitaries to come upon the dais to release the journal, and I would request the editor and co-editor, Editor Dr. Rajnikant Pradhan and Ms. Niharika Das, co-editor, to come up the dais to release the journal. And I would request Dr. Debashish Mahapatra sir to come upon the dais. And Prema Devi, ma'am, and Venkatam sir. And Dr. Rajendra sir. Subhashmita ma'am, please. Thank you, everyone. I would request our editor and co-editor to stay back. And I request our chief guest and guest of honor to give them a certificate of appreciation from our behalf, on our behalf. I would request our chief guest and guest of honor to give away the memento to our editor, Dr. Rajnikant Pradhan sir. Now I request our chief guest and guest of honor to give a token of appreciation to Niharika Das. Now I request the editor to share a few words about the journey of publication of this journal.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Dignitaries and my juniors and colleagues. As an editor, so I'm feeling very proud to edit and the valuable and worthy message. I can say that topics from different zone of India to publish that in the magazine. And secondly, I would request and try to correct something from somebody sending the papers, but please keep your attention to the authors and name in proper place, and also reference is important for the papers. All students, please keep your minds, and when you are writing a paper, you're writing a topic on a different entity, so keep the two things in line. And thank you, sir. Thank you, Institute of Health Sciences, as always, the man behind this. So, Dr. Master, sir, without his interest and without his recognition to the authors through the event authority, it would not be possible. Many of authors, they already they've spoken that the day is memorable. The day is the first day in India. the day is important because they were not recognized for a long time, but the expectation was there, the encourage was there. But the day he made the day for all of them as a recognition, and secondly, there is encourage and push for the next step. That's for me also the same thing. Yes, he's giving me chance to keep the editing papers. Always I am bothering Niharika and Subhasmita. So if this paper is here, there is no author, please follow the authors. There is no reference, and I'm checking this author, this sentence is copy. And they were working hard, they had gone through the hard work sessions to correct the papers, and without their support, this magazine, these books would not be possible for all of them. So finally, I'm thanking you, and just he was the innovator of the authority, and authority is the recognition of authors. So finally, his main player for the show, and his main player for the recognition, his main player for the recognition. Sir, please keep this going on, and many of people will be get the encourage for the further step, and the persons like me, and I will be what I'm feeling proud, and I'll keep my work in progress. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request our co-editor, Ms. Niharika Das, to share a few words.
Very good afternoon to each and everyone present over here. I, Niharika Das, Assistant Professor, Department of Speech and Language Pathology, Institute of Health Science, feeling privileged to be a part of this institute and to be part of this innovative work. I would like to thank Satyam Mahapatra sir for giving me this opportunity and for giving me this recognition. And I would like to thank each and every author of this manuscript for publishing article in our journal. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
With the lights gone, anyways, we have come to the end of our session. So, as everybody said, I will. Now we have come down to the end of the session. Like everybody said, for me and for everyone, I hope it's an inspiration to work towards writing a book and making it a success. And I would like to see everyone who are senior of me and other rehabilitation sciences person to see them in the next authority event award, and we would be glad to felicitate them on the behalf of Institute of Health Sciences. So to end this day, with a special note, I would request our principal, Ms. Subhashmita Sahu, to extend the vote of thanks. Change in plan, sorry for that. We would request our students to come and we'll show our gratitude to our chief guest and guest of honor through a memento and a authority. I would request our founder, Professor Satyam Mahapatra sir, to do the occasion. Thank you. Special thanks to our guest of honor and chief guest for giving their presence. And now I would request Ms. Subhashmita Sahu ma'am to come and give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. very good afternoon to our most valued guest of honor, Mr. Steven Pinto, and our chief guest, Mr. Radhasham Mahapatra, our beloved director, Sir Professor Satya Mahapatra, management committee, my dear friends, colleagues, award winners, students, and everyone gathered here. Thank you. It's such a prayer that cannot be seen or touched. It must be felt by heart. I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked really hard to make this authority event happen. I, Subhasmita Samu, Principal, Institute of Health Sciences, Chairperson of Dietitian Hub, heading the Department of Audiovascular Sciences, on behalf of Institute of Health Sciences and the entire fraternity, first of all extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. With His blessings and grace, we are able to make this event what it was. I extend hearty vote of thanks to our guest of honor, Mr. Steven Pinto, and our chief guest, Mr. Radhesham Mahapatra, who spared time from their busiest schedule to grace the event. Thank you, sir. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thought, and this will surely encourage us our future events. I would like to thank all the honorable delegates, award winners who blessed us with their presence. I am immensely thankful to Dr. Priyadarshini Mishra for her efforts of being the host of the day. We enjoyed entire events as the host managed to keep the audience glued with her cheerful words and enthusiastic attitude. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling months in advance. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated staff. Ms. Niharika Dash, Dr. Sandeep Patnaik, Professor S.S. Rao, Ms. Devashmita Vishwal, Dr. Rituparna Mahanti, Dr. Thandaram Ganjara, Mr. Naveen Soni, Mr. Subrat Jena, Dr. Rajashri Samal, who all are versed in their job, well versed in their job. I am short of words for their involvement and their willingness to take the completion of the task beyond their comfort zone. A special mention to our role model, respected director and founder of Institute of Health Sciences, Professor Satya Mahapatra sir, for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best and standing as a pillar of strength. With a deep sense of appreciation, I thank Ms. Nalini Mohanty ma'am and Pushpa ma'am for their untiring efforts. I would also like to thank our student volunteers, Balram sir, Devendra sir, Jyoti sir, Amulya Panda sir, Sanjay sir, Seema ma'am, Sasmita ma'am, who worked behind the scene to make this event happen. I would also like to thank our technical arrangement team, transport, catering service, stage setting, and housekeeping staff. Thank you all colleagues for coming and joining the event. Last but not the least, I thank all the students for showing their interest in the program. I once again thank everyone for making this program successful. Thank you.